Hello there. According to France's Europe Minister, if there's no Brexit deal, the UK will collapse because we won't have access to their EU recovery funds. Firstly, please subscribe and like this video to give my channel a boost, and I'm always uploading new content, so please do check back daily. The French Minister for Europe, Amelie de Montchalin, has claimed that France will try to put the squeeze on a damaged UK by using the big economic hit we're taking against us. Talking to the French radio station Europe 1, de Montchalin said, "Those who need a deal the most are the British. They cannot withstand a second shock after the epidemic. They wouldn't have access to the security net that is Europe. They wouldn't have access to the stimulus fund. We will not yield to this deadline pressure, this final sprint that Britain wants to impose on us in the hope we will cave in. We do not want a deal for the sake of having a deal, but we want a balanced deal." Sounds like she's not too happy about the pressure Boris Johnson and his Brexit team are piling on them at the moment. And if France is hanging the whole thing on this yet-to-be formulated and agreed EU rescue fund that is set up to help Italy out of its current woes in 2023, then I'm not sure it's such a good plan. At the moment, the EU is completely split over how to deal with the pandemic financially. The split is between those that think there should be a central pot of money that everyone puts into, but only those that really need it get access to the cash, i.e. get gifted it with others paying for it too. And then there are the frugal four nations of Austria, Denmark, Sweden and the Netherlands that want any recovery money to be borrowed by those that need it and paid back by them. Or, if some is paid in the form of a grant, it is only given with strict undertakings attached. For example, Austrian MEP Angelika Winzig said, "How can I explain to an Austrian entrepreneur whose company was closed as long as a Spanish company and his Spanish colleague gets more money in the form of grants and perhaps the Austrian gets nothing, and for him it is the same situation?" But of course the EU would then expect the Austrian people to pick up that particular tab using their own internal national funds. More cost for the Austrians. On the other side of the argument, Belgian MEP Philip Lamberts said, "This is a matter of survival for the European Union, and people need to understand that. In the Netherlands, do they believe the prosperity of the country just depends on the Netherlands? Actually, no. Most of the business the Netherlands is doing depends on the European market. Without the European market, there is no Dutch economy." So you can see that expectations that an agreement won't be formed anytime soon for this recovery fund are well founded. But everyone seems to be missing the point that it doesn't matter where the money comes from, it will be borrowed. That's right. No one has a pot of cash to use here. Under the current way the system runs, they have to raise this on the debt markets. And that obviously has to be paid back. The EU as an entity would be looking to borrow the money by using its future budget as collateral, as well as raising new EU central taxes. But the money would ultimately be paid back from many different countries, all with their own individual credit rating. And some are verging on junk right now. It reminds me of the lead up to the credit crunch, when mortgages from different risk classes were mashed together into one security and sold off as one entity, with the thinking that the good mortgages would hold the whole thing together. And look what happened there when it all unravelled because some mortgages in the lower classifications were suddenly defaulted on. Now, I realise it's not an exact comparison, but I do have to wonder how different the EU situation really is. And the other point missed is that the UK will, after the 31st of December, be able to run its own economy. to pull its own fiscal and monetary levers as required to benefit the UK, not constantly have bureaucrats looking over our shoulder, ensuring that we only act in the wider EU interest, even if it disadvantages us. And that might be one realisation that some EU member states come to themselves as this pandemic continues. Anyway, if you want to hear more from me, please don't forget to subscribe and also press that little bell, or you won't get any notifications. And if you want to see more of me, buy a mug with my mug on it. So what do you think about France telling us we're all going to collapse? Please share and comment, and thank you for watching. Please do like and share this video, and also subscribe to my channel. And when subscribing, please do remember to press on the little bell next to the subscribe button. That way you'll get an alert every single time I put up a new video. And thank you very much for watching.